After 60, the brain becomes more vulnerable than many of us realize. Stroke is not always announced by dramatic chest pain or sudden collapse.
It often begins silently, with small changes, forgetting names more often, losing focus halfway through a task, or feeling dizzy when standing up. These may look harmless, but together they warn us that the tiny vessels feeding the brain are under stress. Ignoring these signs can mean letting stroke risk build quietly in the background.
That is why today we are taking a closer look at a surprisingly simple shield, a pumpkin smoothie blended with orange, almond milk, and a touch of cinnamon.
It is more than a seasonal treat. It is a practical way to give the brain daily protection through natural antioxidants and vessel-strengthening nutrients.
Before we dive into the details, I'd love for you to be part of this journey.
Click like if brain health matters to you. Share this video with a friend who may need it. And subscribe so you never miss new tips designed to keep us strong and sharp well beyond 60.
When we think of pumpkin in the United States, images of pies, lattes, and carved lanterns quickly come to mind.
But beyond its role in autumn traditions, pumpkin is a powerhouse for brain health, particularly because of the carotenoids it contains. These natural pigments are not just what give pumpkin its bright orange color. They are antioxidants that protect the brain's delicate blood vessels from damage. Carotenoids work by reducing oxidative stress, a process that gradually weakens cells and tissues as we age. Think of oxidative stress as a kind of rust forming inside the body. In the brain, this rust shows up in the tiny vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients to nerve cells. Over time, if those vessels are weakened, memory becomes less sharp, focus wavers, and the risk of stroke increases. Carotenoids step in by neutralizing free radicals, slowing that wear and tear. Pumpkin also offers lutein and beta-carotene, specific carotenoids that have been linked to better cognitive function in seniors. A study published in Nutrients in 2019 found that older adults with higher levels of lutein and beta-carotene performed better on memory and processing speed tests. The researchers pointed out that these nutrients accumulate in brain tissue and help preserve communication between neurons. In other words, the bright color of pumpkin translates into real protection for the mind. Another way pumpkin supports vascular health is through its potassium content. Potassium helps regulate blood pressure by balancing sodium levels in the body. For seniors, where high blood pressure is one of the leading risk factors for stroke, having a natural food source of potassium makes a difference. Unlike supplements, pumpkin provides it in a balanced form, along with fiber and water that further support circulation. Fiber itself plays a quiet but crucial role. By helping to control cholesterol levels, it reduces the burden on blood vessels, making it less likely that plaque will build up and restrict blood flow to the brain. Combine this with the hydrating effect of pumpkin's naturally high water content, and you have a fruit-like vegetable that works on multiple levels to keep circulation steady. All of these nutrients add up to something powerful. Pumpkin helps create an environment where brain vessels stay strong, elastic, and capable of delivering steady oxygen. For seniors, that means clearer memory, fewer dizzy spells, and a reduced chance of the silent vessel damage that leads to stroke. Let's pause on a simple idea here. A pumpkin may sit on the porch as decoration, but inside the body, it acts as protection. It's not only seasonal comfort food, it's a nutrient-rich ally for the vessels that keep the brain alive and alert. Now, I'd like to know, do you usually eat pumpkin only during the holidays? Or is it something you keep in your meals at other times of the year? Share your answer in the comments. Your perspective might encourage someone else to see pumpkin as more than just a fall tradition.
Peeling an orange fills the air with a fragrance most of us have known since childhood.
That refreshing scent is a reminder that oranges are more than just a sweet snack. They are a natural source of vitamin C, a nutrient the brain's blood vessels cannot do without. Vitamin C plays a central role in producing collagen, the protein that forms the structure of blood vessel walls. Imagine collagen as the scaffolding that keeps vessels strong and flexible. Without enough of it, vessels weaken, making it easier for tiny tears or leaks to appear. Over time, that damage reduces circulation to the brain and raises the risk of stroke. With consistent vitamin C intake, those vessel walls stay resilient, able to handle the daily stress of pumping blood beyond building vessel strength. Vitamin C is also a powerful antioxidant. It fights the same oxidative stress that carotenoids in pumpkin do, but it works on different targets. Together, they provide a broader defense. In the brain, vitamin C helps protect nerve cells from free radical damage, preserving both memory and focus. A study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association showed that higher blood levels of vitamin C were linked with lower risk of stroke in older adults. The researchers found that vitamin C's dual role supporting vessel structure and reducing oxidative stress explained much of this protection. Another practical advantage is that oranges hydrate while they nourish. Each fruit is made up of nearly 90% water, helping maintain fluid balance in the body. Proper hydration is essential for circulation, and when paired with vitamin C, it ensures that blood moves smoothly through even the smallest vessels in the brain. For seniors, adding oranges to a smoothie with pumpkin makes perfect sense. Pumpkin supplies carotenoids to fight oxidative stress, while orange juice delivers vitamin C to strengthen the very walls of the vessels. The result is circulation that is both protected and reinforced. It's also worth noting that oranges are among the most accessible fruits in the US as fall transitions to winter. Citrus season begins, filling markets with fresh, affordable oranges. That means this recipe aligns perfectly with seasonal availability, giving seniors an easy way to add brain support during colder months. Let's leave this point with a clear image. Every slice of orange is like a patch of reinforcement on the vessels feeding the brain, strengthening them so they continue carrying oxygen without interruption.
The cozy scent of cinnamon often reminds us of warm kitchens, baked pies, or cups of spiced tea on cold evenings.
But that same spice, sitting quietly on the pantry shelf, carries surprising health power when added to something as simple as a smoothie. Cinnamon is not only about taste, it brings measurable support for the blood vessels that keep the brain strong. This support comes mainly from its polyphenols, natural plant compounds that fight inflammation and oxidative stress. In older adults, these two factors are major contributors to vessel aging. Inflammation acts like a slow burn inside the arteries, gradually stiffening them and making circulation less efficient. Oxidative stress weakens the inner lining, leaving vessels more fragile. Cinnamon helps calm both processes, giving circulation a better chance to remain flexible. Another way cinnamon protects the brain is through its impact on blood sugar. Fluctuating glucose levels place heavy stress on vessels. For seniors, even mild instability in blood sugar can contribute to long-term damage. Cinnamon has been shown to improve the body's sensitivity to insulin, which helps keep sugar levels steadier. A paper in Diabetes Care reported that older adults consuming cinnamon regularly saw improvements in fasting glucose and overall metabolic health. That stability matters because it reduces one of the hidden risks for stroke. To make this more relatable, think about a day when you've had a very sweet breakfast. Maybe pancakes with syrup, and then, just a couple of hours later, you feel sluggish or lightheaded. That's the effect of sugar spikes and drops on circulation. Now imagine the opposite, starting your morning with a pumpkin smoothie gently spiced with cinnamon. Instead of jolts and crashes, your blood sugar remains steadier, your energy feels smoother, and your vessels avoid that extra strain. The strength of cinnamon in this recipe also lies in how it complements the other ingredients. Pumpkin provides carotenoids to protect against free radical damage. Orange offers vitamin C to strengthen the vessel walls. Cinnamon keeps the internal environment stable, ensuring that the protection pumpkin and orange deliver is not undermined by sugar fluctuations or unchecked inflammation. Each plays its role, and together they form a circle of support for the brain. Cinnamon's warmth balances the natural sweetness of pumpkin and orange, creating a drink that feels both comforting and indulgent. Health habits only last when they're enjoyable, and the pleasant flavor encourages seniors to make this smoothie part of a weekly routine rather than a one-time experiment.
Each ingredient in this smoothie has its own strength, but the real value shows up when they come together.
Pumpkin offers carotenoids that sweep away free radicals. Orange provides vitamin C that fortifies the vessel walls. And cinnamon keeps the internal rhythm steady by stabilizing blood sugar and reducing inflammation. When combined, these elements don't simply stack on top of each other, they interact, creating a layered protection system for the brain. This synergy is similar to how a house is built. Pumpkin acts like the bricks, forming solid walls that protect against damage. Orange provides the cement, binding everything together and ensuring the structure holds firm. Cinnamon is the roof, shielding the interior from stress and keeping the environment stable. Alone, each material is useful. Together, they form a home that can endure through seasons. For seniors, this home is the vessel system that keeps the brain nourished and alert. Science supports this idea of combination. Researchers studying diet patterns often find that mixed nutrient intake is more effective than isolated compounds. A 2020 review in Frontiers in Nutrition noted that polyphenols from spices and carotenoids from fruits can work on different pathways in the body, reducing oxidative stress more broadly than either nutrient could alone. This explains why drinking a blend like pumpkin, orange, and cinnamon may offer stronger protection than consuming each ingredient separately. Now let's look at how this recipe is prepared. Begin with 150 grams of steamed pumpkin soft enough to blend smoothly. Add the juice of 1 fresh orange and 200 milliliters of almond milk or low-fat milk. Then stir in half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder and a drop of vanilla for aroma. Blend until creamy and even. Depending on your preference, you can serve it warm on a chilly autumn morning or chilled with ice during warmer days. To make it even more relatable, picture a morning routine. Instead of rushing with just coffee, you take 5 minutes to blend pumpkin orange and cinnamon into a glass. It's simple, but that glass carries carotenoids to protect your vessels, vitamin C to strengthen them, and cinnamon to keep the system calm. What could have been an ordinary breakfast turns into a practical act of brain care. There are also small adjustments to make it safer for everyone. For seniors managing diabetes, the natural sweetness from pumpkin and orange is sufficient, so there is no need for added sugar. For those with sensitive digestion, almond milk may be easier on the stomach than dairy. And in terms of frequency, 2 to 3 times per week is ideal. Consistent enough to provide benefits without overloading the body. Having this smoothie in the morning helps hydrate after sleep, provides antioxidants early in the day, and avoids the mild, stimulating effect of cinnamon interfering with nighttime rest. That makes it both practical and sustainable as part of a daily rhythm. Altogether, the recipe shows how everyday foods, when combined thoughtfully, can become a reliable tool for protecting the brain. What seems like a seasonal smoothie is in fact a well-rounded health habit, easy to prepare and pleasant enough to repeat.
A recipe only makes a difference when it moves from paper into daily life.
For seniors, that means the pumpkin smoothie should not remain just an idea, but become a simple practice that fits comfortably into routine. It helps to think about how often we enjoy it during the week. 2 to 3 times per week is enough. Drinking it every morning is not necessary, and might even feel like a burden, but placing it into the week, perhaps on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday gives the body regular doses of carotenoids, vitamin C, and cinnamon stabilizing compounds. Over time, those repeated nutrients add up, creating lasting benefits. The amount in each glass makes a difference for comfort and benefit. 1 glass, around 200 to 250 milliliters, is the right amount. This provides all the nutrients without overwhelming digestion. Seniors often have sensitive stomachs, and keeping the serving moderate ensures comfort while still delivering protection. Choosing the right moment of the day can make this habit easier to keep. Morning is the ideal window, right after waking, The smoothie hydrates the body after a night of rest, supplies antioxidants to start the day, and supports steady energy. Because cinnamon can be mildly stimulating, avoiding late-night consumption is wise. This keeps the recipe both effective and gentle. Practical adjustments can help individual needs. For seniors with diabetes, skipping added sugar is essential. The natural sweetness of pumpkin and orange is enough. For those who experience bloating with dairy, almond milk provides a lighter, lactose-free option. Even texture can be adjusted. Adding a bit more liquid makes the smoothie thinner and easier to sip slowly. Preparing ingredients ahead of time keeps the routine simple. Pumpkin can be steamed in advance, stored in the refrigerator for 2 days, or frozen in small portions for longer. This preparation reduces effort during the week. Oranges are widely available in U.S. supermarkets throughout fall and winter, and cinnamon is a pantry staple. Keeping these ingredients on hand makes it easy to maintain the habit without extra planning. To bring this closer to real life, picture an autumn morning. Outside, leaves are falling, and pumpkins sit on porches as decoration. Inside, the blender whirs with pumpkin, orange juice, and cinnamon, filling the kitchen with warmth. The glass in hand is not just a seasonal treat. It is a conscious step toward stronger vessels and a sharper mind. This is what practical application looks like: simple, enjoyable, and part of the rhythm of everyday life. What truly turns it into protection is repeating the habit week after week. A single glass will not transform health overnight, but steady use over months builds resilience. That is how nutrients work quietly, in the background, strengthening the body, one serving at a time. By treating the pumpkin smoothie as part of a weekly ritual, seniors give themselves a shield that grows stronger with each repetition. This is where the recipe becomes more than food. It becomes a habit, one that ties nourishment to pleasure and connects health to something as ordinary as breakfast. That is the kind of practice that lasts.
We have reached the closing thoughts, and it is clear how a simple drink can carry so much protection. Let's bring the pieces together.
Pumpkin brought its bright carotenoids, helping sweep away oxidative stress and keeping brain vessels flexible. Orange added its strength with vitamin C, reinforcing those vessel walls so they remain resilient against daily wear. Cinnamon stepped in quietly, steadying blood sugar and calming inflammation, making the whole system more stable. When combined, these ingredients worked in harmony, amplifying each other's effects and creating a smoothie that supports the brain far beyond what any one food could do alone. And by applying it in a practical way 2 or 3 times a week, in moderate portions, with simple preparation it transforms into a habit that truly lasts. One reminder is worth keeping in mind while this smoothie is safe for most. Those with conditions like diabetes or digestive sensitivities should tailor it carefully. Avoid added sugar, adjust milk choice if needed, and always listen to medical guidance for your own health. Natural solutions are powerful, but they work best when used wisely. This recipe only shows its real value once it leaves the page and enters your kitchen. Try it, prepare it, and make it part of your weekly rhythm. Each glass is not just nourishment, it is a step toward sharper memory, steadier circulation, and lower stroke risk. And if this message resonates with you, help it reach others. Share it with a friend. Subscribe to stay connected, and let's keep building small, sustainable habits that protect our health well beyond 60.